Hello parents, this is Parent Education and Packet Preview for packet number 3. Jumping right into math, we'll be completing lessons 41 through 55 in Section 6. Please continue to work right along, maintaining the schedule that's recommended on your AWR, your assignment work record. I encourage you to assess whether or not your student needs review or anything retaught. So after your child completes the written practice for every lesson and you grade it, a suggestion would be to just go ahead and reteach anything that they got wrong. Instead of just marking it wrong and having them correct it, go ahead and reteach it. And many of you are already doing that, so thank you so much for your continued support with that. In workshop, we are plugging right along with the lessons, supplementing and teaching right through Section 6. However, we're also using various manipulatives and hands-on group-based activities to further our understanding of mathematics. Also, a great thing to do, especially as we get into percents and fractions and other things that we can connect to the real life, I encourage you to make connections, to ask your child, why do you need to know this? How can we apply this to our real life? Because I found in class that the students' motivation and attention increases as they understand why we're learning certain things. In language arts, I encourage you to continue working through the Grammar and Vocabulary Wiki as assigned. If you're choosing to use another program, that's perfectly wonderful. Just continue to plug right along with that. In addition, we have our Word Master Challenge coming up. Most of your students should have brought home a paper that looks like this. If they didn't, that's okay. I can send home another one. Basically what Word Masters is, and many of you know because you've been at Coastal for quite some time, they will be taking a test that will require them to know the meaning of various words and also be able to complete analogies using those vocabulary words. We're working on them in workshop, so if you can't get to it at home, that's fine. We are working on it daily in workshop. Journaling. I hope everyone is journaling every day at home. In class, we drop everything and write for 15 minutes, and the kids write about whatever they want, and then they have a chance to share. Do you ask your child to share what they wrote? I bet they would love if you did. When I ask them what they wrote, many times they're just so excited that someone cares. So ask your child what they wrote. Ask them if they want to share. You might learn something. You might be inspired. I know I am. Handwriting. In 6th grade, students should be very comfortable with handwriting. I encourage you to have them continue practicing handwriting at home regularly. There are plenty of free handwriting websites where you can print out worksheets, or we do have a limited amount of handwriting workbooks available at Coastal. See me if you need that. That's on an as-needed basis. In class for writing, we're working on excellence in writing. Your student should, well, every student does have a notebook that looks like this. They created it. They have tabs on it. The first tab says current work, structural models, stylistic techniques, and banned words. In class, we're working through this. We're learning how to dress up our writing and how to write outlines to give ourselves a map or a direction for our writing. That's very exciting. The kids are learning and doing wonderfully with that. If you would like some more information on the program we're using in class, please do not hesitate to email me, and I'd love to email you some information. At home, continue to use the writing source, WriteSource, and work through that. It has some great information for you to learn and work through. Okay, literature. We are reading one of my favorite books, Where the Red Fern Grows. You'll find in the packet there's plenty of vocabulary activities, reading comprehension, and various enrichment activities for your student to complete. Please make sure that they complete those as assigned. In workshop, we will be having literature circles. In those literature circles, students will be required to discuss the readings that are assigned at home. That said, please make sure your student comes to class prepared and with the readings completed and any quotations, anything like that that they found interesting, ready to discuss in their literature group. In class, we will be writing a response to literature on Where the Red Fern Grows. That will be done in class, so there's no worries about doing that at home. If your child wants to work on it at home to supplement, to do extra, they're more than welcome, but it is not mandatory. They will have time in class to pre-write, do their rough draft, and their final draft typed up. So I do thank you for your support with that. For history, it's colonial America. It's my favorite topic. I wish we had longer to spend on it, but we will just cram everything in and have a fantastic time. At home, your student will be making a lap book. In that lap book, every week they'll be working on something different to place inside of it. So the first week they might be making a map where they're labeling the 13 colonies after they learn all about them. The second week they may be making a newspaper about colonial life and why they'll be learning about why newspapers were so important in colonial America when they didn't have the internet and they couldn't just Google the answer, okay? Students will also be learning about slavery and how slavery impacted the colonial times and the role slaves played in that. In class, we will be working on a research report. The students will actually be making a brochure, a travel brochure for one of the 13 colonies. We will be spending some time in the computer lab doing some research, and then their culminating project will be a brochure. On the last day of the packet for history, which will be Tuesday or Wednesday for 6th grade, depending what day your child comes, we'll be having a mini colonial day in our class where students will rotate to various centers that will give them an idea, a glimpse into what really happened in colonial America. There'll be a cooking station, there will be a game station, there'll be some kind of an art project, and maybe a colonial dancing station. That said, December 2nd is History Alive. It's a wonderful event. I encourage everyone to attend. It's from 3 to 5. 6th grade will be in charge of colonial dancing. So all of the middle school level upstairs will be transformed into wonderful different stations that you can walk through and visit. 6th graders, like I said, will be performing dancing. So please mark the date, save the date, encourage your child to participate in that. It's a great event to look forward to. For science, and for history, we will be using America in the time of Pocahontas. Okay? For science, we'll be using ScienceSource. It's habitats. So habitats is a great theme. It's very interesting. There are lots of real-life applications to that. Your student will learn about the following types of biomes. So they'll be learning about deserts, forests, grasslands, freshwater biomes, wetlands, oceans, the Arctic tundra, and the chaparral. Your child, by the end of this packet, should be familiar with the following vocabulary words. They should be able to describe them in their own words to you. Foldable is a great way to help your child learn and remember, go back and review these words. So the words are, they should be familiar with habitat, biome, ecosystem, environment, producers, consumers, decomposers, predators, and prey. And of course, that's all in the packet for you, so you don't need to jot these down. I encourage you to get familiar with Discovery Education. Mrs. Diaz uses it very frequently in science, as do I in history, and really throughout the curriculum in 6th grade. DiscoveryEducation.com is a website that has all kinds of videos and lesson plans you can use to supplement your teaching. The kids love when we change things up. I'm sure you know. Incorporating technology and the media is just a wonderful way to reach them in a different way, okay? So DiscoveryEducation.com, your username is your child's first name, last name, and the letters CA. So John Smith, California, CA, okay? If you have any questions about that username, please do not hesitate to contact me. The password is Dolphin. I think that about wraps it up as far as our curriculum goes. November 17th and 18th will be our first conduct celebrations. That's our way to celebrate our fabulous students living the 8 keys of excellence in class, and it gives them a chance to spend their coastal cash that they've earned in class. I will be sending out more information regarding the celebration and having sign-up sheet at Packet 2 conferences. As always, if you have any questions, concerns, suggestions, anything at all, please do not hesitate to email me. I am always available. Have a great Packet 3.